Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Roots and Wings, a
Mhm.
podcast dedicated to SMB business owners of all kinds B2B, B2C, D2C, whatever you want to call yourself. I'm David Solomon, and I'm a Chief Revenue Officer.
And I am Jennifer He. I'm a fractional chief marketing officer.
And what we've done over the course of these dozens of episodes has been really sharing insights into scaling and growth for SMB business owners. And on our last
Mhm.
episode, Jennifer pinged me and poked me about how B2B can finish 2025 in a high and take off like a rocket ship in 2026. Today, we're flipping the roles. Today, we're going to
Mhm.
talk about B2C and some of the ways that you, if you're in that world, can really end 2025 on a high and take
Yeah.
off like a rocket ship for 2026. So
Yes.
here's the question.
Mhm.
And this was Jennifer's question to me, and the question to you folks. Are you ending this current year with momentum, or you're continuing with those excuses? Because what we'd
Mhm.
love for you to do is finish 2025 super strong. So, Jennifer, how do you recommend for our friends who are in the B2C sphere? It's really hard for me to say for
Mhm.
some reason. Let's get through three items that they should be doing for 2025
Yeah.
to finish strong. What's that first item for you, Jennifer?
Yeah. So the first time is, high level wise, it's the same as B2B, financial hygiene. But detail wise, our question is really know your margins and don't discount blindly. So that's for B2C businesses. Because for B2B we talk about cash flow, right? That's important for B2C as well. But for B2C, we wanted you to pay attention to the discount strategy because it's not all about price. So know your margins, don't discount blindly because the competition during Christmas time and even post Christmas season is fierce.
You,
Know your
you know,
margins.
one of the things that I'm amazed by is we are recording this in the middle of November, and we know that Black Friday kicks in now in Canada, and Black Friday is going to be crazy in the United States, and Cyber Monday, and then we're going to get into the Christmas season, and then Boxing Day, and it's like
Mhm.
customers have become way too accustomed to discounts, waiting for the discounts. So
Mhm.
they're going to try to wait and eat your margins. So if you are going to discount, and we know it's going to happen, especially at the year end when you have too much inventory, you might want to discount. Don't give it away in such a way that now you've lost money on your inventory,
Mhm.
right, Jennifer? I think that
Mhm.
you've seen
Yeah.
enough retailers that they discount themselves to a point where why did they pick it up in the first place? I think that's
Yeah.
that's insane. So who should they sit with? Who should they sit with if they're not sure about their margins?
I think you sit with your, accountant and your tax person, and I think you should sit with your process as well. If you don't know your margins, you're in trouble, right?
100%, 100%.
And what is your accounting process?
Yeah, I think you're
We always emphasize on day to day. You should know, and if you don't know, then you're in big trouble.
I hope somewhere it's recorded in QuickBooks or in one of your systems that you have the unit price. So if
Exactly.
you're going to discount it, and again, you may have bought inventory over the course of the year at different price points.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
sit with your accountant to decide which price is correct before you go out and
Yeah.
discount. A little bit of cost averaging.
Yeah.
All right, Jennifer.
It's not only the accountant, it's that you need to have a strategic mindset
Absolutely.
because do your analysis, right? And there will be variables. Plug in your variables and you will see.
Absolutely. Okay.
If you don't know
Sorry.
what to do, then contact us.
We have a little gap here. All right, Jennifer, we've got through the
Yeah.
first point. Now let's talk about point number
Mhm.
two. What should we
Yeah.
be focusing on over the next 6 weeks as we finish up the year?
Um, your customer appreciation.
Oh,
Know who your best customers are and why they are your favorite customers and where your values align. So this is, look at outside and look inside, right? So you need to know who you are and how your best customers become your favorite customers and why you align and show your appreciation. That's for the longer term as well.
I hope that you've kept a log or somewhere some your loyalty programs, your customers.
Yeah.
You've been sending them emails and well asking them to come back to the store with offers and new things and whatever. But the
Mhm.
idea that give them a thank you in today's world, that thank you will go a million miles with your customers. And it's not about giving a discount. If you
Mhm.
want, go ahead. I mean, that's again, go
Mhm.
back to point number one. But Jennifer, I think saying
Yeah.
thank you to our customers, especially this past year, would go a heck of a whole long way
Mhm.
for our listeners.
Mhm.
All right, we're back now. We're at point number three. What?
Yeah.
How do we finish it?
Do an experience audit. So, your client experience, and from the first time they have an interaction with you till they purchase, and even post sales, what that experience looks like. That's very important. That's what we recommend to finish 2025 strong.
You're gonna hopefully you're gonna have this crazy Christmas rush right
Hmm.
now, right? People are gonna come to the store. We're gonna buy. We're gonna this. We're gonna that. The last thing you
Hmm.
want for your customers is to have a bad shopping experience, because that will take
Hmm.
that will just not sit well with them. Chances are the
Yeah.
competition is not going to pay attention to this. So if you pay attention to,
Hmm.
as Jennifer has been preaching, if you listen to every podcast, she talks about the customer journey, the customer experience, the customer. If you're paying
Yes.
attention to your customer right now at Christmas time and you do it right, they will remember you in 2026 and tell all of their friends about you. I think that would be that'd be
Yes.
Jennifer. I think that's an extraordinary piece of advice
Hmm.
for retailers. If you don't have that, haven't done that, Jennifer, I think that it's so important. Sit with your team, walk through the experience, watch each other,
Hmm.
make sure you guys are giving AAA service.
Yes.
All right.
Totally.
All
Yeah.
right. And so, Jennifer, we're talking to our viewers, our listeners,
Hmm.
and we want them to start 2026 with a real bang. And you've
Yeah.
listed three significant priorities, which I
Hmm.
love these three priorities.
Hmm.
Let's start off
Yeah.
with the first one, Jennifer. What
Yes.
would you suggest for
Yeah.
2026
Before
for the
we do that, yeah, I wanted to say, I understand it can be very overwhelming, right? So if somebody tells you this and that, that's why we pick those three priorities, and just for you to try, like something easy, and try them, and to make your business improve a little bit, we will just be happy. So the first one is make the purchasing easier for your customers. What we mean by that is, look at the purchasing experiences or the whole journey, like remove friction, and where it is difficult to, purchase from you. And there must be some touch points that you can improve.
I think in our
That's number
lives,
one.
yeah, I think in our lives we have so many obstacles, right? People
Hmm.
are getting frustrated, people are getting aggravated.
Yeah.
Some ways that you can improve, if you look at, even your store layout, is it really well laid out, thinking of
Hmm.
how customers might walk into the store? Do you have
Yeah.
stock that's too high up on a shelf? I mean, I know this sounds so silly and intuitive,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
think of, I mean, Costco has pallets above on purpose, but
Yeah.
everything else is very reachable and on the floor. Are you
Hmm.
creating that kind of experience for your
Hmm.
customers? And even at the
Yeah.
cash, I mean, when they're ready to pay, are
Hmm.
you making this seamless and simple? You know,
Yeah.
one of the silliest things for me, is I've been in places, Jennifer, where they said, "No bags."
Hmm.
If you're in a retail store and someone's putting out a lot of money for you and
Hmm.
you don't wanna give them a bag or something to walk away with, you've
Hmm.
created friction. So,
Yeah.
these are simple, silly things, but as we said for 2025, if you sit with your
Hmm.
team, you look through it, but you look at it with a
Yeah.
clean lens for 2026, Jennifer. Do you have any other like, I like your statement, "Make buying effortless," right?
Yeah, yeah. And I'll give you another example, and not every business can do that. But, for instance, we have our retail store, and we also do in-house calls. because our clients are like, oh, okay, it takes time for me to drive to your store or to commute to your store, and can you do in-cause? So
Mm,
house in-cause, and we realize it's not always about the price.
I love
Sometimes
it.
it's about the friction. Remove that friction, and people will purchase from you.
And people will pay you more for it, believe it or not. That
Yeah,
I think to have that convenience that, you know what? I haven't thought
yeah.
of that's I love that strategy, Jeff. I really love that. Okay, let's go to number 2. What would be
Yeah.
priority number 2 in your mind?
So I would say show customers you are real. We're in an era of AI, and I know people are anxious and overwhelmed by AI. Um, AI also, where we're headed is we're headed to distrust, and so authenticity over perfection, very important. For some businesses, you can show your process, and for some businesses, show how your product is made and show the process. And it's not all about polished ads, or having AI algorithm behind it. Authenticity, trust, how to build that is show you are real,
I think one of the
is
great
what.
ways. I got an email to your point, Jennifer, from
Yeah.
what it's a definitely a B2C, and
Hmm.
they're taught, and I'm like, this is screaming that this was written by AI. I could tell nobody took time to think of me. This was this generic AI, and I was like, "Thank you," and delete. And I think that if you're
Thank you,
sending out,
Angeli.
yeah, you know, um, and then someone sent me something with a signature on it, a handwritten note with a signature, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, where did that come from?" So I
Hmm.
think that your authenticity, that real reality is, look, the big boxes, they're not gonna personalize very much.
Hmm.
The other the a lot of the digital folks are not going to take that time to do that because they're trying to
Hmm.
hit the masses. But if you're not, like you said, I love that, a little bit of authenticity, um and it's not just, "Oh, based on your previous selections, we suggest you buy
Hmm.
1 through 3 items." No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. That it goes a little bit more, and when they're in that store, show them that you care, like that kind of authenticity, and it's not just BS.
Hmm.
Because I like what you say, Jennifer, it builds trust, and trust builds repeat business. So,
Hmm.
where in our world today where we have gazillions of choices for retail, and it's harder for especially for a small to mid-sized retailer to
Hmm.
retain and fight the Walmarts. I
Hmm.
think you're right. I think authenticity
Yeah.
would be a great thing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that idea. And please, AI is good, but AI can't replace the human touch. You're right. At
No.
least at least not yet. Not till machines rise up. But we'll talk about that
Yeah.
another initiative. Um,
Yeah.
let's get to that third priority, Jennifer. What
Yeah.
what
The
what would we want to do?
the third one is try a new channel. So if you're e-commerce only, for example, if you're e-commerce only, and maybe try physical locations, and start from pop-ups, or start from wholesale approach. So we're not saying you need to try every channel. So pick, again, I'm not about overwhelming you. So maybe pick 2 channels and focus on those 2 channels. And you can choose your combination, right? So for some businesses, it's physical store plus online. For some businesses, it's digital content plus human touch. For some businesses, it's online plus offline events. So pick your channel, and for some businesses, it's about choose a new location. Say if your niche market is in Montreal, maybe try Toronto. And I am now physically in Shanghai, and David is in Montreal. So David, I know you are an expert on new market expansion, right? So this is doing. I'm not only talking, I'm doing it myself. Like, go to a different place and try new things. And we want you to have like start 2026 strong.
I think that's a really great idea in when you're looking at, and you're right. If you're just online
Mhm,
and you say, "Oh, I don't want to get a physical store." Get a cart. Go to an
mhm,
event. I
mhm,
heard the other day a micro event. I was like, what's a micro event? Just like something really short, sweet. You don't have to go.
yeah,
We're not talking about, and just dip the toe in the water. Um,
mhm,
they here in Montreal, by the way, they open up the largest EA Sports store in all of North America. It is
mhm,
massive. But the store manager said, like, for the longest time they were selling this stuff online. It's all
mhm,
online. Almost everything you can buy there, you
mhm,
can buy online. But they
mhm,
created this insane experience, Jennifer. A phenomenal, phenomenal in-store experience. And so if you are online and you're trying to find a different way to reach people, I like your idea. Physical location, don't have to go crazy, but it's a
mhm,
great opportunity to experiment, to try,
yeah,
engage people, see what works. And you know, how many times have you gone to a craft fair? Do you see these little
mhm,
boot, like this is it. They could sell this
mhm,
all online, but the
yeah,
experience is different. Touch, feel, experience. I think that's great. What you said about a new market is, I think that 2026 has got to be about get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your
mhm,
home market, get out of where you used to be, go somewhere else. And it's not because
mhm,
I'm some guy who says, "Oh yeah, you got to export." You're right,
mhm,
Montreal, Toronto. But how about Montreal to Mississauga? I'm sorry, or Toronto to Mississauga for that matter,
mhm,
or
mhm,
Toronto to London, Ontario. Like, you don't
yeah,
have to go to another province, but get out of where you're used to being and
mhm,
see different customers. But Jennifer, if I were to try to do that, and I think you guys got to go back to a podcast we talked about demographics versus the customer the customer itself,
persona,
Jennifer.
yeah,
Could you remind everybody exactly, like, remember, like, just a quick reminder if you're going to go do
mhm,
that, roll
mhm,
the difference between the demographics and the customer.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, in our previous episode, we talked about demographics and persona. So the difference is demographics will get you in the door, and your persona will get you to design that deep experience that will last longer, much, much longer. Um, so yeah, just check our previous episode on demographics and persona
The
and how
one thing
you
I'm going to
enter
tell
the
you
new
is,
market.
if you're at a mall, let's say in Toronto or Montreal, and you call the landlord and said, "Take me to your mall in another city,"
Mhm.
that's not necessarily what you want to do here. You want to look for what you said. Start with the demographics, but then make sure that the buyers are similar to where you currently are. So if you're
Yeah,
in an upscale community, you might want to go to another upscale community. Don't go to, but make sure that
yeah,
it's the same kind of people, same kind of buying patterns, same kind of issues, and you'll
yeah.
see it'll work out well. So always
If you
think of
find out your personas are different, then you need to change. It's
something's
either
going
your product or your service, right? So
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. And by the way, if you are a store today, maybe you want to try going online. Now you want to
Mhm,
take a look at the reverse experience and reach customers in different markets.
mhm,
It's this is, I think, 2026 for you has to be your year of trying stuff. A little low risk,
mhm.
but go out and try. And
Yeah.
retail has a different experience than B2B.
Mhm,
And if you can get customers to touch and feel, and
yeah.
then they can buy online, who knows where their sales can go.
Yeah.
So, Jennifer, as we wrap up this wonderful episode uh, of Roots and Wings, let's wrap it up for everybody in a nice little
Mhm,
Christmas-like bow,
yeah.
and kind of put it together for them. So, let's your final reflections.
Final reflection is to start strong in 2026. Remove friction, stay human, and diversify your reach. And also, my last question to you is what is one small change that you can make right now to make your brand easier and more human to buy from.
I think if you listen to our last episode about B2B, B2B is
Mhm,
almost an impersonal kind of purchasing journey. B2C is a
mhm,
very personal purchasing journey. And I love
mhm.
your when we talked about you remember your customers will only remember the holiday discount if it was like, I got a deal. But if you really want to make them come back, it's how you make them feel. Remember,
Mhm.
this is an emotional purchase. I mean, food, I think, is the only non-emotional purchase, if you will. You need food, you need drink, but we don't need another shirt, and we don't need another pair of pants, and we don't need a this, and we don't need a that. But if you make them feel good, they'll want to buy from you at the end of
Mhm.
2025 and 2026. So I love that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for that
Okay.
insight into
Yeah.
retail. Uh, Folks, if you haven't figured it out by now, Jennifer has got great experience in marketing, and you could hear it from her B2C experiences, having been global. She's not interested in Shanghai because it's great to be in China. She's in Shanghai because she gets it worldly. And so, if you want to get that experience for marketing, B2C, understanding omnichannel selling, and so on and so forth, get in touch with Jennifer today. She will open
Yeah.
your eyes to opportunities that you may not have ever experienced. So if you're listening to this or watching this and saying, I like what Jennifer's saying, I just don't know where and how to start, her information is in our comments, folks. So please reach out to Jennifer as soon as possible because she'll make your 2026 look sweet. On that note,
Thank you so
Jennifer,
much, David.
on that
I
note,
can say the
Jennifer,
same thing about you.
well, you'll get me next time. On that note,
Yeah.
Jennifer, let us say goodbye to everybody and wish them all a good few weeks. We'll be back again in a couple of weeks with another episode of Roots and Wings. So until then, if we catch you and you're in the United States, wishing you a wonderful Thanksgiving. And to
Yes.
everybody, go crazy on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Jennifer, let's say goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you. And until next time.
Take care. Safe travels. Bye,
Yes.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.